I can't tell you how comforting it is to have water. Look at me, I have clean hands. I feel like Mary Poppins with her suitcase, pulling lampshades out, but mine's a ladder.
Into the depths of the sea she goes.
Hey, I'm Jane. I'm a single mom and I'm not letting that hold me back. I just bought 5 acres of raw land in the Kootenay Rockies where I'm building my dream timber frame home and homestead with a permaculture food forest and even a vacation rental. All of this is so one day, hopefully, my daughter won't need to struggle the way that I did. Come along with me as I create my very own freedom recipe. Well, the excavation team is officially gone, so that means it's just me. But before the crew took off, they dug me a well. Holy, wow! Oh, you guys, this is so cool! It's so cool! These guys have been my one-stop shop for all things home building. When I hired them, I had no idea that they were able to do this or if I'd even have a high enough water table for a dug well instead of a drilled one. Having this water here has calmed my nerves so much. I'm feeling like the luckiest woman in the world now that I officially have a dug well. It worked out. It's about 15 feet deep, which is so shallow. I'm gonna need lots of filtration systems on it. Yes, I know, yes. But that just saved me thousands and thousands of dollars, like about $20,000. Thank goodness, because I'm gonna have to put that towards hydro, but I can't even think about that right now because if I think about everything, I just want to quit. Sell it. Actually, the excavation team told me that now if this property was listed as it is, it would be worth 3 times what I paid for it. But I ain't planning on selling. An option I could have in the future when it comes time to build the timber frame home is to use this land as a large down payment on a construction loan. That's a ways down the line, but having options definitely helps me sleep at night.
Out of my mind, how could I be so blind? How could I not see? Awake on the floor, looking up, wanting more. This is so unreal.
Thank you guys for being so solid, skilled, and dependable. I'm blown away with what you accomplished. Now I'm gonna take it from here. Okay, this is my first time going down since the driveway was built, and this feels like an official ribbon cutting. So I am going to break my way through to my house. Oh, this is so exciting. Holy, nice firm driveway. Wow, this is nuts. It feels stable. Whoa, the pond has water in it. Ha! What? Oh my gosh, it looks so big, so big. Okay, I gotta back down here because I have the generator. So what I gotta do with the well today is put a sump pump in it, drain it, and try to get all of the debris out. I rented what's called a trash pump, which takes out all the sticks and the bigger things. It doesn't have a screen that stops it from sucking up debris. So I'm gonna see if I can figure this out. Yes, I should have bought a truck. And every time I'm pulling things out of my car, I feel like Mary Poppins with her suitcase, pulling lampshades out, but mine's a ladder. Oh my God. It's also hard not having a shed here yet because I have nowhere to put anything. So I can't leave something out in the rain. It'll get ruined. So I have to put it back into my Mary Poppins bag of a car and pack it back to my old place. Oh man. Ow. Fell on a tree root. First of many, I think. I was told to pump out the well twice. Clear the water once, let it fill up, and clear it all the way again. This is supposed to clean out the little sticks and dirt left behind from the build. The more the water is used out of this well, the stronger the flow to it will be underground. God, I hope this works. Step 1, hook up the hose. Okay, come on. Oh wow, that's gonna be fun to lift off. Let's submerge this puppy. Okay. Oh, I should probably loosen up this string. Rope, not a string. Let's just tie the rope on. Nobody wants to lose a rope down the well. Oh my God, don't drop it. Rope, cord, hose. Rope, cord, hose. Down we go. Graceful like a moose.
Into the depths of the sea she goes.
It's deeper than it looks. Holy. Okay, we made it. Does this thing work? Okay. Here. One. Yes! So I was gonna pump it into the forest, and then I realized, why don't I pump it into the pond? I still can't believe I already have a pond. What? I feel like a firefighter right now. I am my father's daughter. I'm about 15 feet short, so I'm gonna dig a little trench so that the water can go right into the pond. They offered 2 hoses and I didn't think it was this far. Always take the offer. Dang. Like, when you gotta dig by hand after seeing how fast the big machines get things done, it really makes you appreciate living in the 21st century. Oh my God, thank God that the shade is coming in because I am sweaty. I want this to be a pond so I can cool down. It's nice to have water though. We got this issue going on. It's going downhill. It needs to go down the trench. I gotta dig some more. I kind of feel like a pioneer in the Wild West when it's just me and a shovel. The hose isn't long enough to make it to the pond, and the pump that they rented me is not actually a trash pump, which means it's not taking out all the sticks and debris, which is what I need it to do. It has a screen on it, and if all I wanted to do is empty the water, I have my own sump pump, so I didn't need to rent that. I don't think that there's more I can do for today. I'm gonna have to find another trash pump and start over. You win some, you lose some. Minor setback really, but still. The trench didn't exactly work out. There's too much of an incline, the water kept coming back, and actually I needed to patch up some of the holes in the pond before I could actually fill it. And while I was doing that, I realized this pond is actually not ready to be filled. Everything I've read online says that you shouldn't have any holes in the bottom of your pond, obviously, but that also includes like the intake. So where the water's coming in, it might seem really convenient if it's filling up from the bottom. You're like, great, that was easy, except a year later, a couple of years later, that will become a drain and the water will end up going back underground. So I need to add more clay to the whole bottom. That's okay, because I have a surplus of clay. I have too much clay. And I actually wanted to add a shelf layer around the outside of the pond so I could plant some aquatic plants to help filter the water. But this is gonna have to wait until I have a mini excavator because I'm not doing that by hand. That's too much. No way. I'm gonna have to rent a mini excavator anyway to trench the water and electrical lines, so that's totally fine. I think this is the true definition of learning on the job. I just want to take a moment and say how freaking cool the pond is. The pond was a bonus project idea. I didn't think I was gonna get to it anytime soon, like years from now, because it's such a luxury item, you know? But this is where the excavation team actually had to dig out the ground and look for gravel anyway. So there was gonna be a big hole, exactly where I wanted a pond. That's what I'm saying. With this property, things just go boop. It's like, oh, thank you. I can't tell you how comforting it is to have water. I was even just washing my hands off, being like, look at me go, look at me, I have clean hands. When you build from scratch and you're involved in the process, doing it yourself, it makes you appreciate all of the conveniences that we have. The amount of effort it takes to get to the point where you can just turn on a tap and water comes out is so much work. Not to mention you want it like hot or cold. It's worth it. It's just, wow. I also gave up free tickets for a music festival today. That's the second time I've had to pass on free tickets over the last couple years, and I was driving here a little bit bummed out. Of course I want to go to the festival. Of course I want to go and dance and hear big bass and just throw my hair around and let loose for a weekend. But I'm on a time crunch here. I have to be off the land that I currently live on by a specific date, and this has to be ready. And there's a long way to go. I'm reminded of a time that a friend said to me, you know, life's not all about running to the grave. And I sat with that for a while. I was like, am I working too hard? Am I taking this too seriously? Do I need to chill out and go to the music festival or do more social things in general? And when he said that to me, I actually sat with it for months. I was like, oof, am I doing like life wrong? I don't really believe that that's a thing, by the way. But I was feeling a lot of shame and guilt. And then I realized, wait a second, he doesn't have a kid and he has a partner who's like sharing the workload with him. So no, life isn't all about running to the grave, but my life is about clothing, feeding, housing my child, and eventually sending her to college. I will never make the decision to go to a music festival if it means I won't be able to pay for something like her piano lessons or gymnastics or something like that. And right now, it's like, I need to get the bare necessities in, like working on this well. So that's gotta be my focus, at least for the next few years. I definitely feel in over my head. And that makes it really hard to be really excited. Doing this alone as a single mom is super challenging. And sometimes I think maybe I should just go and get a 9-to-5, apply for a mortgage, and just throw a bunch of money at it. But then of course I would have to maintain that 9-to-5 to pay off the mortgage for say 10 years. And then my daughter's in daycare, which is exactly what I don't want to do. I live in a tiny home because I'm trying to keep things simple. I'm trying to keep things small so that she can have some unstructured time. When she's at her dad's, she's always in after-school care. And going to things like summer camp is really fun unless it's every single week of the summer. So what I do is when she's with her dad, I just work my butt off to make as much money as I can. And then when she's with me, I don't work at all. Maybe as she gets a bit older, I can change that up when she's old enough to stay home on her own. And you know, when they're teenagers, they don't want to hang out with us as much. So I could probably do that in the future, but that doesn't solve my home building financial plan right now. As overwhelmed as I feel now that I'm here all by myself, and I am overwhelmed and scared, my parents are coming to visit. They're actually gonna stay for most of the summer, and they're gonna help me do some of this construction. They love doing home building stuff, but they are seniors, so obviously they're not gonna be in the trenches that much, but I'm super, super, super grateful to have some help. So join me next week when my parents see the land for the first time, and I figure out a plan for how I'm gonna get water to the well to the tiny home. When that happens, that'll be a very reassuring day. Me and my crazy ideas, but at least my parents are used to those. And no matter what you do in life, remember to pour love into it.